Michael Carter stood in the elegant corner bakery, his tailored navy suit slightly creased after a long day of executive meetings. His daughter Lily held tightly to his hand, her small fingers sticky from the lollipop she'd been savoring. Her curly brown pigtails bounced as she pointed eagerly at the pastel cupcakes behind the glass. "Daddy, can we get the pink ones?" she asked, her eyes glowing with excitement. Michael smiled down at his 4-year-old daughter, a warmth spreading through his chest that was tinged with a quiet ache. Tomorrow was her birthday, and for weeks she'd been asking the same heartbreaking question. Would Mommy be there? 8 months had passed since his wife Vanessa walked out of their lives. The constant demands of Michael's position as a tech firm CEO, the public appearances, and the endless business dinners had been too much for her. She'd said she wanted freedom, not responsibility. And then she'd left, not just him, but Lily too. No calls, no visits, no birthday cards. Michael had tried to protect Lily from the pain. He'd read her stories, made her pancakes in silly shapes, done everything to fill the emptiness Vanessa left behind. But no matter how hard he tried, Lily still felt her mother's absence. Tomorrow, when her friends came to the party with their mums, that emptiness would be on full display. The bakery clerk approached with a friendly smile. "Can I help you pick something out?" Before Michael could answer, a woman stepped forward from behind the counter. She had soft chestnut hair pulled into a loose braid, gentle eyes, and wore a light blue dress dusted with flour. "I couldn't help overhearing," she said kindly, crouching down so she was eye level with Lily. "The pink ones are my favorite too." Lily giggled, her usual shyness melting away. Michael watched in surprise. His daughter rarely spoke so freely to strangers anymore. "What's your name, sweetheart?" the woman asked. "I'm Lily. It's my birthday tomorrow and I'm turning 5, she declared proudly, holding up all her fingers. 5. The woman smiled warmly. "That's such a fun age." "I'm Grace." Michael cleared his throat, trying to steady himself. "We'll take 2 dozen of the pink cupcakes, please, for her party tomorrow." As Grace turned to prepare the order, Lily tugged lightly on her skirt. "Are you a mommy?" she asked, her voice innocent and hopeful. Grace hesitated for just a moment, something flickering in her eyes before she smiled gently. "Not yet, sweetheart." Michael's heart clenched. He already dreaded tomorrow, the pitying looks from the other parents, the way Lily's face would fall when Vanessa didn't appear. As Grace carefully boxed the cupcakes, a wild, desperate thought began to take shape in his mind. When Lily became absorbed in the small fish tank in the corner, Michael seized the moment. "This is going to sound insane," he began softly, "but my daughter's heartbroken that her mother won't be at her birthday party tomorrow. All the other kids will have their moms there, and I don't know how to help her through it." Grace looked up from tying the bakery box, compassion softening her features. "I'm really sorry to hear that. That's hard on any child. She didn't just leave me," Michael said, his voice low. "She walked away from Lily completely. No visits, no calls, nothing." Grace's expression darkened with sympathy. "I know this sounds unthinkable," Michael continued, "but would you consider pretending to be my wife for 1 week? Just through Lily's birthday party, maybe a few dinners after that. Enough to give her the illusion of a complete family, just for a few days." Grace's eyes widened. "You're asking me to lie to your daughter?" "I'm asking you to give her one happy memory," Michael said quietly. "I'll compensate you for your time. Money isn't an issue. I want her to feel loved and safe, even if it's temporary." Grace shook her head, clearly torn. "I don't think I could—" "Please," he interrupted, his voice breaking slightly. "Just look at her for a moment." They both turned to watch Lily, who was pressing her face against the fish tank, talking to the colorful fish with pure, unfiltered joy. She cries herself to sleep some nights, Michael said softly, calling for her mum. I've done everything I can, but I can't be both parents. Tomorrow, she'll be surrounded by kids with their mothers, and I just want to protect her from that hurt. Grace was silent for a long time, her eyes still on Lily. Finally, she whispered, 1 week. Just 1 week, Michael promised. You'd stay in the guest house. Nothing inappropriate. Just help me make her birthday special. Grace studied his face carefully, searching for any sign of deceit. Whatever she saw seemed to convince her. I'm a preschool teacher, she said quietly. I've seen how much love, even temporary love, can heal a child's heart. But we set boundaries. I stay in the guest house. No false affection in front of her beyond what's necessary, and we have a plan for what happens after. Deal, Michael said with relief. I'll figure out how to explain it later. They exchanged numbers, and Grace agreed to arrive an hour before the party. The next morning, when the doorbell rang, Lily sprinted to answer it. Grace stood on the porch in a pale yellow dress, holding a wrapped gift and a soft smile. Happy birthday, Lily! Lily threw her arms around her instantly. Michael stood back, his chest tightening as he saw his daughter's joy. The party was a dream. Grace organized games, helped serve cake, and treated Lily with gentle affection that felt completely natural. The other parents smiled knowingly, clearly assuming Grace was Michael's new partner. Over the next few days, something unexpected bloomed. Grace wasn't just playing a part, she was becoming a part of their lives. She helped Lily with puzzles, read bedtime stories with funny voices, and listened as the little girl chattered about school and dreams. Michael found himself drawn to Grace's calm warmth. She wasn't flashy or self-centered like Vanessa had been. She found joy in simple things, in Lily's laughter, in quiet breakfasts, in peaceful moments after sunset. On the 5th day, as they sat watching Lily chase butterflies in the garden, Grace turned to him. You know this has to end soon, she said gently. She's getting attached. I know, he admitted. I just don't know how to tell her. Tell her the truth, Grace said softly. That I was a friend who cared and wanted her to have a special birthday. Children understand more than we think. What if I asked you to stay? The words escaped before he could stop them. Grace looked at him, startled. Not as a role, Michael said earnestly. As yourself. Lily adores you, and he paused, his voice low. I haven't felt alive since Vanessa left. But this week, you brought something back. Hope. We barely know each other, Grace whispered, though her tone was tender. Then let's fix that, he said. Start over properly. No pretending. Have dinner with me, a real one. Grace smiled, the warmth reaching her eyes. I'd like that. That evening, they gently told Lily the truth. That Grace had been a friend who helped make her birthday special. And that now they wanted to get to know each other for real. Lily looked between them with quiet understanding. So Grace might be my real mommy someday. Maybe, Grace said honestly. Only if that's what we all want, and after we spend more time together. For now I'm just your friend who loves you very much. Lily grinned and hugged them both. Okay. 6 months later, Michael and Grace were married in a small garden ceremony, with Lily scattering petals down the aisle as the flower girl. Their story hadn't begun with romance. It had begun with desperation, kindness, and the courage to ask for help. And what started as a pretend family had become something beautifully real, a love built on truth, compassion, and second chances. Sometimes the most unexpected requests lead to the most extraordinary beginnings. If this story touched your heart, please like, share, and subscribe for more stories about love, healing, and the kindness that changes lives. Leave a comment below about a time when someone's kindness made a difference in your life. You never know who your story might inspire.